2 seasons ago, I took over as head coach of the Kennesaw State Owls. We've improved a lot over the last 2 years, even improving to win our first conference championship and bowl game, finishing with a perfect 14-0 season. Our running back Tavares Jones finished second in the Heisman and broke Barry Sanders' single-season rushing record with over 3,000 yards. This year, he returns for his senior year, with his sights set on winning a national championship. We did end up adjusting the sliders though to make it a little bit more realistic and challenging for this season, since last year we started just absolutely blowing out teams. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this season. We're going to be playing half of the year in one video, instead of one game per video. That's going to help us see the progression of our rebuilds a whole lot faster, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Looking at our schedule for the season, we're again going through the Georgia circuit. We're playing against Georgia Tech, we're playing the Bulldogs in Georgia is going to be a tough game for us. And then we're going to be going on the road to play against Miami to finish out that away stand. Then we're coming back home to play against our rivals Georgia State. We'll be going then to play against Sam Houston State for revenge on that loss in year 1. Western Kentucky then on the road. Then we go back home against UTEP and Liberty. Then we'll be going on the road after a bye week against Jacksonville State. Back home against Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, and then on the road against New Mexico State. If we go on to win our conference championship again for the second year in a row, we'll probably move up to a higher division. Looking at the depth chart that we have Ethan Vasco is going to be the starting quarterback. He went up a full 5 overalls. Nick Johns is the freshman redshirt. We will be redshirting this year. Tavares Jones is the starting running back. Yet again, 85 overall. He's increased quite a bit. Javin Simpkins from the transfer portal joins us, and Juan Kindred falls back to the 3rd spot, with Nathan Staymates being our redshirt running back. DJ Scott will serve mostly as the fullback. Wide receiver number 1 will have Nathan Leacock yet again. Had an absolute insane year last year, looking for him to continue that. Bryce Dobson increased so well over the offseason. He'll be wide receiver 2. Jalen Love is going to be the 3rd receiver for us, and Ali Joyner is going to have that 4th spot. Tight end, we have CJ McCrane going to be the starter. He is a transfer coming in as a freshman redshirt, looking for him to have a solid year. On the offensive line, we'll have Malachi Carney at right tackle. We'll have Kalari Gordon. DeMarco Caraway, if you remember, he was the first ever commit in our franchise history. Christopher Kane is going to be that right guard spot. And then we'll have Nate Wright at right tackle. On the defensive line, we have Donovan Westmoreland returning for his redshirt senior season up to an 87 overall. Lau Fox, looking for him to have another huge season up to a 79 as the true sophomore. Ramonte Darty and Iman Smalls are going to be our starting 2D tackles. Tatum Tuoti will be our left outside linebacker at an 84 overall. Middle linebacker, we're going to have Richard Dubose is going to be the starter. He's the first 5-star that we signed. Chris Rogers was a transfer from the first season. He's going to start at the 2nd middle linebacker spot, while we have Clay D'Imperio, that redshirt that we have as a true freshman, and Tevin Sheets is also going to be redshirted. Danellis Johnson, we moved him over to the right outside linebacker spot at an 87 overall. And then corner-wise, Jericho Washington stays at that number 1 corner spot at an 82. Cyril Prewitt, we got from the transfer portal. He is going to be a 79 overall. He is the 2nd stringer. We'll have Javon Rogers and Timmy O'Keefe finishing out the top 4 spots. Terez Hamilton is listed as 5th, but he's really also going to be the slot corner for us. Cyrus Dansby is going to be our free safety as a starter. Kai Stokes is the backup. Then Christian Ellis, the transfer 4-star that we got, will be our starting strong safety. And we got this Justice Everett as a 4-star also that we signed. He's going to be redshirted this season. And Dylan Griggs also, I forgot about him. He's another corner that we're going to have redshirted for next year. Kick returner for this season is going to be Javin Simpkins. Same for the punt returner. We're receiving some votes, but we got absolutely snubbed, not in the top 25 to start this season. We'll be starting around 27. So first game of the season, boys, I'm pumped. Playing against Georgia Tech in the opener here in Georgia. Not a home game for us, but the start of the Georgia circuit. We did so well in the Georgia circuit last year. I hope we can continue that. We ended up beating Georgia Tech the first year we played against them. Let's see if we can keep that going. First snap of the game, we're going to rush them hard, and they're going to throw incomplete. And on the second snap of the game, we're just going to eat them right up in the middle. And we're going to drop back on 3rd and long. He throws the ball deep. We have Jericho back there. It's going to be intercepted. Jericho Washington is going to start the season off with another interception, continuing the tear he has had over last year against opposing quarterbacks. It's amazing to see Jericho just picking right up where he left off. Terrible pass. I don't know what the quarterback was even doing there, especially this early in the game. He's really testing Jericho for really no reason on this one. So we'll start on offense. We're going to try to hand the ball off right away. Breaks a tackle to the outside. He's got some speed, and he's taken down for a first. After the nice gain of 12, we're going to try a little bit of motion here. See if we can keep the run game going. Run up the middle with Tavares Jones, and he's going to get the first. More motion. We're going to continue to try to pound the rock as much as we can. We'll get Javon Simpkins with it, and he's got some nice space to the outside, and he's going to fight for a huge gain. First down, we're going to try an RPO. A little pass to Nathan Leacock. He gets a few yards. On 2nd and 1. Try a little pass play. Just going to have to run with it with the QB. Gets nothing. 3rd and 1. Run up the middle. Oh, we ran into a lineman. 4th and 1. Try to see if we can go for it. Throws open, man. He missed him. So after the turnover on downs, they're going to have the ball, and they have so much space. I can't believe that somebody tackle this guy. On first down, I mean, I can't even believe we're just going to get him for a TFL. Nice job from Milo Fox on that last play, as he has been really showing out for us, as this is just going to be an incomplete pass. 3rd and long. Georgia Tech needs to get something going. They're going to throw it to the... Oh, he dropped it. Cyrus Dansby forcing the incompletion, and it's going to bring up a punt situation. Javon Simpkins going to be back there for his first return. He breaks a little tackle, gets to the outside. He's got some speed. He's going to get down the sideline to the 30, inside the 10. Is he fast there? He is. That is a touchdown. The first touchdown of Season 3 is a kick return for Javon Simpkins, and the transfer portal is paying off again early. Oh, let's hope we have another guy just like Tavares Jones out here as our backup running back. That was a beauty. We got to continue the pressure we had here, as we are going to get him down for 3. On 2nd and 7. He's going to run the ball off with a little jet screen. Our defense has been so good lately. We need to continue to be as good as we've been. Oh no. Oh, every time we talk about our defense being good, they immediately have a bad play. So we'll see what we can do as we try to throw the ball, and it's just going to be so much pressure, but he gets the complete pass. What a throw from Ethan Vasco in the face of pressure on that one, as we get nothing. 2nd down, we'll try some more motion. It's been working for us so far this year. We'll do a little RPO, and they just read that well. 3rd and long, we got to pick up something. We'll try a screen, we'll pass it off to Tavares, and he just gets nothing. It's going to be a punt. After the punt, Georgia Tech has an open man on the play action, and that's a huge game. Come on, guys, we got to settle in. Good, quick throw to the outside receiver for 6. Going to throw the ball again, another RPO. And another missed tackle. We bring him down for 3rd and short. 3rd and short, they're just going to try a draw, and he gets this. Oh, I can't believe he couldn't get off the block. 1st and 10. We're going to run the ball again. Huge hit from Richard Dubose. I love to have this man up the middle for those huge collisions like that. 3rd down, big down, and it's wide open over the middle, and he missed him. They're going to try to kick a field goal. Oh, he missed it. That's huge. We're going to take over now and go right back to the ground game. Tavares Jones using his blockers well. After the 8-yard pickup, we're going to try to go back to the air. Throws quick to CJ McCrane. And on 1st down, and that's going to be incomplete. Going to try the option play. Haven't tried that one yet, as Tavares Jones gets to the outside. He's got this thing down to the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown. Tavares Jones picking up where he left off last season, getting into the end zone for the first time in year 3. Georgia Tech tries to get back into it and gets a perfect pass right over the middle. 1st down then. Gonna throw that one. It's another wide open shot. Man, we're so weak in that one spot. 1st down again. They're gonna try to drop back again. Can we put any... It's intercepted. Another interception. Therese Hamilton reading the quarterback there. We tried to switch to a zone coverage, and they did not expect that one at all. Huge. 1st and 10. We're going to try a little fake, and the pressure's so much. 2nd down. Try to see if we can survive the pressure. Throws the out route to a wide open man, and it's a nice catch. 1st and 10 now. Dropping back over the middle. Throws it's a little dangerous, but he gets the catch. 2nd and short. Throws it to wide open CJ McCrane. He's got some space to the outside, and he's knocked out. 1st and goal situation. We'll try to see if we can throw that one. Oh, that was a bad throw. Ethan Vasco needs to be a little more cautious as we're just going to run this to our star running back, and Tavares is going to be in for a touchdown. The second touchdown of the season as he shoots that arrow right into the crowd. 1st and 10. Gonna drop back and throws that. That's a wide open guy. 2nd and short. Can we put some pressure on this guy? Of course we can't. This is another complete pass for 1st. But we'll get to the halftime as they don't get anything out of it. 21-0. Kennesaw State over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Tavares Jones having those 8 rushes for 81 yards, averaging 10 a pop just like he did last year, and getting 2 touchdowns. Starting off with it. So far, offense has been clicking pretty well so far, and defense has pitched a shutout. Tavares Jones getting a nice run to the outside. He's got so much space, and he makes a man miss in the open field, and he's going to take this thing to the crib. Tavares Jones with 3 touchdowns in 3 quarters. That yellow jacket in the background is just completely disgusted, and so are the fans here in Georgia as Tavares Jones putting the team on his back. 3 touchdowns for the runner-up of the Heisman last year. 1st and 10 now for Georgia Tech as they're trying to answer. They're just doing so many short plays, and their runs have not been working. The PA fake in, Therese Hamilton missed it. Such a sketchy pass from their QB as the run game is really good right now all of a sudden, as that's a massive gain up the middle. 1st and 10. Let's see if we can go back to man coverage, and it is, oh wow, what an interception from Therese Hamilton. How did he catch that? I feel like that bounced off of the receiver's back. That is an insane interception. Beat him up the seam, and it's a perfect throw. CJ McCrane is going to have such a massive season for us this year, as Tavares Jones trying to use his speed to the outside doesn't get much. 2nd down. We'll try to go back to the air with Vasco. That's kind of a risky pass, and that was not well. It's 3rd and 9. Trying to pick up the 1st. Just throws it underneath and can't get it. We'll try to go for it on 4th down. OC wants us to do it. He says to run, and we're not going to get it. On defense now. We got to stop him. We don't want the momentum, and Cyrus almost had it. 2nd down. So many sketchy passes. Now they'll just try a screen. Good choice as they pick up 8. 3rd and 2. They're going to go with a play action. They really had us beat, but he throws a pick to Cyril Prewitt. That's the 3rd corner from Kennesaw State, and this one might be a return. He's got a lot of speed, and he's going to take this thing to the house. 61 yards and a pick 6 for the transfer Cyril Prewitt. And the crowd is completely stunned here as it's 35-0. There is no fight at all for Georgia Tech. Their QB is throwing ducks all over the field. We're going to save Georgia Tech the embarrassment as we go to the end of this one. 42-3. Kennesaw State just really taking it to them there, as we pretty much just were able to run the rest of the clock out. We end up scoring one more time. Tavares Jones going off. Looking at the stats for the game, Zach Preon, 4 picks, no touchdowns. It's awful. Ethan Vasco, though, 9 for 14, 133 yards. We didn't really have to use him that much. And Walker White, just 3 for 3 with a huge bomb as soon as we put the backups in. Rushing-wise, Tavares Jones, 13 for 157, 3 touchdowns. Javon Simpkins getting 83 on the ground when we put the backups in. Receiving-wise, like we said earlier, we didn't really have to use the passing game much, but CJ McCrane looking to have a breakout season, leading our team in receptions, and Allie Joyner getting 88 yards on that bomb from Walker White. Defensively, Chris Rogers and Therese Hamilton leading in tackles. Iman Smalls, Donovan Westmoreland, and Therese Hamilton leading in TFLs. No sacks and 2 interceptions for Therese Hamilton, 1 for Cyril Prewitt, and 1 for Jericho Washington. Ended up getting multiple pass deflections and some return for a touchdown. Up to an A- in championship contenders. We are ranked again, boys. Number 23, Therese Hamilton, you guessed it, CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. Tavares Jones, CUSA Offensive Player of the Week. Looking at some of the recruiting that we have for this season, Orlando Tate, 5-star gem free safety. This man is an absolute beast. 97 speed, 83 zone coverage. He's got platinum abilities, gold abilities. This man's amazing. I hope we get him. Lee Suggs, another free safety. He's a 5-star. Not a lot of pipelines going after this man. He's a little bit on the slower side, but who knows? This man could be an excellent outside linebacker also. We'll have to see where he fits, but hey, any 5-star is okay with me. Seth McCreary, 5-star corner. Would love to get him. D'Angelo Wakefield, another free safety. Looks amazing. But there's just so many free safeties that are 4-stars that are interested. Jamie Briggs has got 94 speed. I mean, this class is just loaded with defensive backs. Dom Trapp, look at that gem, 98 speed that we found. This guy is a beast. Kevin Kroger, we didn't really get a chance to scout him, but hey, another 4-star. We'll take it anytime we can get one. We found a couple offensive linemen we're going to try to go for a little bit here, just spreading about 25-ish points on each of them. A couple wide receivers, too, that look pretty solid there. Some deep threat and physical guy. But we're going to end up changing the settings again. I think our defense was a little bit too locked down, so I'm going to go down to 70 instead of 80 for pass defense reaction time and pass coverage. And I'm also going to turn down the interceptions by 5. But it's not going to get any easier. We're playing a 91 overall Georgia Bulldogs team at Georgia. So here we are, the test of a lifetime. We're up against the number 2 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, bringing our number 23 ranked Kennesaw State. And we are underway here in Georgia as they're going to get the ball to return first. Nitro Tuggle. That is such an amazing name. I literally, look at this receiving core. They are so fast. 97 speed, 99, 99, 96, 95 down there. We are not going to have a shot at keeping up with them. Well, here we go. First down, first play of the game. He's going to scramble out and just dump it off, and we're going to be there to make the tackle. Good defense so far. We need to keep that going, and that is not what I wanted to say because they just broke off a massive run. Roderick Robinson the second. They have 2 fantastic running backs that we're going to have to fight against this week. Is they're just going to dump that off and really nothing doing there. We've been reading that well. Having that corner down there just in case, but the same run play. I mean, why are we fall for it every time? 3rd and short. They're trying to pick it up. They throw it quick. Can we get there in time? No, it's a first. Unlucky first down catches. They're going to go play action. Really fold us, and how do we not get a pick there? But instead, it's going to be a massive gain to 1st and goal. Inside the 10, they're going to run the ball with the running back, and he's down to the 1. Come on, guys. Can we show some life? He's going to do a read option, and he just walks in for a touchdown. We need to figure out something against this offense because it's going to be a long day if we don't. Jeez, was that quick. Ethan Vasco coming out here. Can he have a little better week than last week? We're going to try a little motion. Everyone is cold already because of this hostile environment. As Tavares Jones gets a nice outside run, we try to spin there. After the 8-yard gain, we're going to try to go right back to it, and that is a superior D-line. 3rd and short. Try to just throw quick. CJ McCrane with speed, and he's down to almost midfield. 1st and 10. Little RPO action. And Bryce is going to get the catch, not much, though. 2nd and medium range. We'll try to do something. He's going to fumble the football. Somebody pick it up, as we're not going to pick it up. And Georgia is going to run this thing all the way back for a touchdown. This is not how we wanted to start this game. Boys, this is not how we wanted to start this game, as we're going to try to get anything going here with the jet touch. 2nd and short. We'll try an option play. We get the pass. Oh, no. There's going to be a hold, I bet you, as Tavares rips a huge gain. But it's going to be a hold. Malachi Carney, come on, man. We can't be doing that against the number 2 team in the country. We'll try to do it again. Maybe they didn't expect it a second time. As Javin Simpkins gets a nice little gain. Unlucky it wasn't Tavares. 3rd and 9. We'll go with a little play action. Their rush is just so good. We were trying to fool them. End of the first already. We're down 14-0. 1st and 10. They're just going to run the ball, and that's just such good blocking, too. We need to do something to penetrate their offensive line, as it's so good. Wow, he broke a tackle from Dubos and finally gets drugged down. 3rd and 7. Can we get a stop here, boys? Gonna throw that wide open. I don't know who's supposed to be covering him, but that's a massive gain to the 23. 1st and 10 again. Just another screen. Oh my gosh, look at all the blockers out there. Everyone's getting pancaked for days. We're finally gonna get them down. They're already to 1st and goal. Can we shoot the gap? We do, and we drag them down for a loss. Can we get a stop? Come on, defense. We got to get something. Another good tackle. 3rd and goal. Maybe send a little bit here. No, we'll just stay in coverage. He's going to try to run with it and gets a sack. Ramonte Darty coming up big as we're going to hold a field goal that they do drill. 17-0 early. We got to get something started here, boys. There's only 3 minutes left in the quarter. Oh, we'll try another run. We don't want to drop off the run game so early as Tavares Jones gets a huge gain. He's just such a good player. We need to get the ball into his hands, but the pressure so much. 2nd and 10. We'll try to throw that again. CJ McCrane is just so open all the time across midfield. Into enemy territory now as the pressure is so much we throw it in the back of lineman. Second down again. I feel like they only rush 4 or 5. They get in every single time. As we throw that one, and it's going to be dropped. He threw a decent pass. It was kind of covered, though, so it wasn't the greatest move. We're going to have to go for it here. There is a flag. Malachi Carney, yet again, was going for it a little bit ballsy there. I feel like it was the move, especially against a better team. This is going to be another penalty. My Lao Fox, wow, are we just falling apart on the road here? The crowd is getting to us. So Woulda had an incompletion and a huge sack. We just sent everything at him that time. We're trying to get this man a little rattled. 2nd and 18, they'll just throw it quick over the middle. And how does that gain so many yards? 3rd and 9, we try to send it. It's a dot, but he drops it. Punt situation is they're going to try to drill us deep. And that is, no. It somehow lands on the 2. We tried a real sketchy thing there we probably shouldn't have done. But 2nd down, we survived another down. And they're going to start calling timeouts. Georgia is not content with going into the half up 17. They want more. We try to barely get this one off. I'm so glad we didn't get blocked, but it's going to put them in great field position. We got to make a tackle. Good hit. Here we go. We have 20 seconds to keep him out of the end zone. They're going to throw it, and he has him beat. A touchdown in one play. Wow. 24-0 here in a rout at Sanford Stadium. As this is a clear open space. As Maffei's got some room. He's down to the 30. And inside the red zone, he's going to take it to the crib. That's a touchdown for Maffei, as that was massively needed. Such a massive play for a kick return to put us on the board, give us some momentum here, as Georgia's been suffocating so far this game. 24-7 at the half. 1st and 10. First possession here after the half. We don't want to abandon the run, and that's why we don't abandon the run. It's a nice first down. Got to go right back to a run play, and that's what. 2nd and long. We'll try a screen pass. Haven't done it in a bit. To Forrest Jones. Or no, that's Javon Simpkins. Gets a lot of space to the outside. Gets a huge gain. Into enemy territory. Can we keep pounding the rock? Tavares Jones can't get through that tackle, but gets some. 2nd and 7. And we're going to just run this one there. And we'll try to see what we can do on a 3rd down situation. We have a guy over there, but there's such a tight window. It's 4th down. We got to go for it. We throw it quick. And he's going to make a man miss and gets the first. Tavares Jones. He is the guy we need to give the ball when we need him in clutch time. 2nd down. We got to pick up something. We'll try a pass. Throws it into the lineman's head. 3rd and 9. Ethan Vasquez just not having a good day today, as we're just going to try to dump it off to McCrane and nothing. We'll try to kick a field goal, get something on the board here, and he does make it. Great job from Calvillo. Trying motion here. We need a defensive stop. Great job, guys. Another run play. They're trying to run this clock down. What a game. Get hands on this guy, and he still gets there. Huge TFL. It's going to bring up a punt situation, and Javon Simpkins gets a chance to return. Doesn't get anything. 3rd quarter, running down CJ McCrane on those drag routes is lethal. Picking up a nice gain. Going right back to CJ McCrane. He gets open again. End of the 3rd quarter. We are driving. 1st and 10. We're going to run that one off. We've got some nice hot emblems now on our players. Wow. How did he get that pitch off? Ethan Vasco gets the pitch, and Tavares Jones makes something happen with it. Down to the 6. The run is a terrible decision. They blow it up. 2nd and goal. We're going to try to pass it. It's going to be oh, he holds on. Gonna throw on 3rd down to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Bryce Dobson. We got to go for 2 to make this an 8-point game, and we're going to get it. Huge drive from Kennesaw State, as we need the defense to show up. Less than 5 minutes left. They're going to try to just keep running the clock down, and there's a flag. It's somehow not on us. I am so relieved. The holding call sets them back to 2nd and long, and it's a loss. Defense is showing up so clutch here. It's 3rd down. Throws this thing deep to the 20, and it's swatted down from Cyril. It's a punt situation, and the Owls have a chance to tie, as we are coming back with a good return, and he's going to get drugged down. We start the drive on the other half of the 50. We hand the ball off to Tavares Jones. He's got some space, and he's going to be fast enough to go down the sideline. And the Owls have brought it all the way back. Put up the extra point, and Kennesaw State has taken the lead. Unbelievable for this comeback so far, but we've given them way too much time. Can we do it on defense? We need to get a stop. It's a wide open man and he missed him. I can't believe he missed that throw. We were so lucky on that one. They're going to throw that, and that just put us in conflict. We had to take one of them. Gunner Stockton up over 150 yards passing. Throws it quick and picks up a few. We'll give him the quick stuff for a bit, but they can't even be in field goal range. That is a dagger of a pass, and we need to just run commit for the most part here, as they are just trying to run clock. A timeout is called. They're going to try to run it again, and great blocking. Just let him in. We need to have time to score a touchdown. They're going for two as well. Just going to try to scramble with it. We send some pressure, and he doesn't get it. A 5-point game. This one is a classic game. Can we pull off the win? Mafe gets another return to the 20. Starting our possession here. Gonna have an open guy, and he holds on. CJ McCrane is such a clutch guy, as that is a loss. We're trying to fool him. We have to call a timeout. That's not ideal. We have one left, and he barely gets it off. Ethan Vasco on 3rd and long. Has an open man. He overthrows him. 4th down. This is ball game. CJ McCrane is open again. Oh, no. He overthrows him a second time in a row, and it's going to end as a loss. That is a... Oh, my gosh. That's such a bitter loss, as we were right there to knocking off the number team in the country. We played terrible the first quarter, too. That fumble return for a touchdown was a huge, huge loss. But I can't be upset. I mean, I think our boys played well down the stretch to make that one a close one. But that's a tough loss. Ethan went 14 for 22 for 160 and a touchdown. Passing game is just not it so far this year. Tavares Jones only got 12 rushes since we were just down so much. CJ McCrane has become a security blanket as a freshman with 97 yards on 6 catches. He's just always open. Huge mismatch for the defense. On defense, Therese Hamilton leading the team in tackles with 8. TFLs, tons of guys getting involved. Only one across the board though. Ramonte Darty and Chris Rogers getting a sack. No interceptions, but that is going to make us drop back a little bit. We're still ranked 25th in the country after that loss. It was such a close loss, though, but it's not going to get easier because we're going to be playing against number 19 Miami next week. They're a 90 overall. In the Hurricanes, it's tough because they're my favorite team, but I can't root for them today. We gotta come back. We've shown that we can go against a top-tier opponent against Georgia, so we have a chance to upset Miami also. Kickoff is underway here in Florida, as Mafe is going to get another chance to return. He had a great one against Georgia, and he almost got loose again. Nathan Leacock is the spotlight player. He needs to get involved. Nathan Leacock needs to get involved in the offense. It's just been quiet. Gonna have a little motion there, a little jet touch pass. Try to get something. We lose yards. Not the way we wanted to start this game, down to a 3rd and long already. We'll try to get a little pass off. The screen is amazing. Tavares Jones in space, not a better player out there. He is going to have another nice move. He spins upfield, breaks a tackle, and he's pushed down. The option plays, and wow, right up the gut for Javin Simpkins. This rushing attack could be lethal. Good play action, hits it to CJ McCrane, tries to get some space out there. After the 3-yard pass, we're going to try to go right back to the run game, trying to find the open lane. 3rd and short. Throws that one. What a catch somehow from Carson. On 1st down, we'll go back to the read option. They read that so well. We got to see what we can do. Can we get into the end zone? A good dot from Ethan Vasco to pick up the 1st. After the great throw, we'll go back to the run game. It's not quick enough. A little jet touch time as Bryce tries to push it in. He can't either. It's 3rd down. We'll go back to the pass situation. Throws it, and it's a great play to stretch across the goal line for Ali Joyner. Getting into the end zone. After the huge score from Ali Joyner, finally getting a chance for him to start after a few seasons. We're going to be on defense, and Donovan Westmoreland Defensive end comparison, he needs to get it going in early parts of this season, as they are going to try to run up the middle, and we just somehow miss Damian Martinez, and the first quarter's already over. They have 7 yards. That was such a quick quarter, I didn't realize we drained that much of the clock, and that's wide open. A huge gashing play again. Jericho Washington couldn't stay with him, and Miami's going to tie this thing up in 2 plays, 7-all. Time for Mafe to try another return. We got to get something better here on defense the last week and a half. We've not been as good on the defensive side of it, as we are going to get a nice hard-fought run from Tavares. Try to continue to pound the ground game with him, as he's just such a good, reliable guy. Up over 50 yards rushing for him already. His speed is the only reason he doesn't lose yards there. We'll try an RPO after so many runs in a row. Brings up a 3rd and short situation. Can we hit him quick? Good receiver, wide open for Jalen Love. He was kind of quiet so far to start the beginning half of the season, as we're going to throw that one to... Oh, he dropped it. Bryce Dobson wasn't able to hold on, as we're just going to run into a lineman. That sucks. 3rd down and 7. Can we get something here? CJ McCrane gets the catch, and they're going to mark him short. I don't believe this for a second that he's short. We're looking at a replay here. He makes the catch. Let's see, I'm going to have to go from the different side. Yeah, from this side view, his knee is definitely in front of it. So we challenge it and get it. It is a 1st down, and we're going to go right back to moving. 2nd down. The run game just not the CJ McCrane, though, is going to have it for a touchdown. CJ McCrane gets rewarded with another touchdown as he just continues his breakout season. Having a 94 speed tight end out there is such a mismatch for defenses. Now we got to do something here on defense. We got to get a stand. Good job filling the gaps. Just a short run on that last one as they're going to try to continue with the run, but a huge hit from Richard. Dubose is such a scary linebacker over the middle there. That is such a weak spot for us. That inside. That in route like 20 yards deep is such a good throw in general. As they're testing us deep. And you don't test Jericho Washington deep, even though, oh no, Jericho, what are you doing? He got tackled at the 3. I tried to run back into it, but he didn't get it, as it's going to be a huge gain. He's so good in the open field that that's insane. Ethan Vasco under pressure to get that pass off. He had so many guys right in his face, and he was able to put that right. Oh, well, that was close. We almost threw a pick there. Wow, he had so many wide open guys over the middle there, but Bryce Dobson in a huge gain. Another jet touch pass. We're trying to use this a little bit more often as we lose yards. Just not working so far for us. This Miami defense a little too quick. We'll pick up a little. 3rd and manageable. Can we pick it up and keep this going? What was that, Ethan Vasco? That was literally right to the corner. I think he was trying to go a little bit more to the left, make it more of an outside throw, but geez, is he feeling the pressure. Ethan Vasco having a pretty spotty beginning of the season. Wow, Richard Dubose got embarrassed. That's a little bit of a freshman move as he goes right back to it. Chris just having butter fingers on the last one, or else we could have had a pick. Gonna throw that one. He tests us deep again. Cyril Prewitt's gonna get that pick. Don't go out of the end zone, Cyril. Thank you. Your Kennesaw State Owls are such ball hawks there on defense, as that's going to be a nice run. Tavares Jones is going to break that one out to the outside. He's down to the 20, to the 10. We're going to try to run some more of the clock out. Can we get it to the end of the quarter? A massive play. Just insane play for Tavares Jones to put us up 21-7 at the half. So we'll just squid that and take it to the half. But we are in threatening position here to knock off Miami, up 21-7. CJ McCrane, though, having himself a season out there. First possession after the half, and he throws that right over our guy, a big hit. They will get the first, though, and that, somebody jumped. It's going to be on them. Let's go. We actually get a penalty going our way for once in the early parts of the season. 1st and 15, though. They'll go with a run. We were thinking it was QB all the way. Going to make it a 2nd and manageable as they motion somebody over. Great awareness to make that tackle. 3rd and 9. It's a screenplay. Richard Dubose all over it. That's how you know he's a 5-star linebacker. Just read that like a book. Richard Dubose getting in there to make the stop. as Javon Simpkins is going to get another nice return. Richard Dubose has really been the guy so far that I've been really impressed with on defense. And here on second down, just so much pressure, we have nothing. Offense, I feel like CJ McCrane is my spotlight player for the season. That's a great catch to Bryce Thompson. 1st and 10. Gonna run with it. Oh my goodness. How's he get so many yards? Nobody other than Tavares just gets that many yards on plays like that. 3rd down. We'll try to run the ball. Trust our guy. We'll have to punt the ball. The run on 3rd and medium was not the call, as that is... Oh, wow. We just couldn't get there immediately. 1st down. Can our defense continue to be as good as it's been? A little throw on the corner route, and he makes the catch. Gonna try to run the ball. Their run game has been so good. If they just run the ball all day, it would be really, really tough to beat them, as that is going to be enough bodies there to make the stop. Really gets next to nothing on that so far. But, I mean, Georgia ran all over us, too. So, I feel like our run defense has been an issue to start the season. Going to have a play-action fake. And Richard Dubose showing why he's a 5-star linebacker. Shoots in the gap, and wow, he's getting chippy. And now on 2nd and long. He'll try to beat us with it. Throws it underneath to the tight end, who picks up a massive gain for a 1st. End of the 3rd quarter, it's 21-7 still. Just outright domination, almost 200 rushing yards for us as we are getting back into full swing. We're trying to finish off this little road stretch, finish it off strong. Another sack. Donovan Westmoreland getting in on the action. He's getting his 1st sack of the season. He needs to continue to pick it up as they're going to try to run the ball and get something back here. Nice run. After the 7-yard pickup, they go right back to the ground again, and it's a fumble. Richard Dubose forces the fumble. He's such a beast out there at a linebacker. Another guy jumps. Mylau Fox gets a neutral zone infraction. He jumps. 4th down. This is really for all the marbles right here. They gotta get it, and he throws it directly at Jericho Washington. Don't do it. Okay, thank you. And he gets tackled down, but it's a massive pick. You gotta just run some clock. We're trying to pick up the safe, easy throws. Bryce Thompson making some moves. 1st down situation. Can we go back to the air? Ethan Vasco breaking a tackle, and he gets rid of it just in time. 2nd down after the incompletion. We'll try to just pick up something easy with a little jet touch, and Bryce Thompson's going to get some speed towards the outside. He gets knocked out for a 1st. Trying to just move the ball down the field. If we can get a score, CJ McCrane getting a nice little pickup. We just got to get a score to help push this thing out of reach for Miami. That's a big shot of Tavares. 2nd and short. Has a man deep, and he overthrows Nathan Leacock. Trying to get Nathan Leacock involved. He just has been so quiet. And that is a risky throw. It was well behind him. And we're lucky we're even having an opportunity for points. Oh, he got it. Eric Calvillo drilling it from deep. So 24-7. Pressure's on. Miami needs to score here as it's a 3-possession game. We pick up a 1st down. Trying to just go so deep. They had a guy open, but he had to throw it away. Just having pressure in his face, making Ethan Williams have to do something about this as he just drops it off and he somehow gets the 1st. It's not going to be the end of it yet, but they are running a lot of clock down. They don't have a lot of time for this, as they're just going to have to step up, and we send our spy, and he's going to slide. 2nd and 5. Can we make a defensive stop? And a huge tackle from Mylau Fox. But there is a flag. I think Donovan, did you rough the passer? Look at this replay. He throws it a mile ago. You can't be doing that. Donovan Westmoreland really testing my patience on that one. Is they're going to get a complete pass. Just over 2 minutes left. Runs to the outside. And wow, what a broken tackle. Not going to be denied just yet. But we get to the 2-minute warning as they're using so much time. And he's going to get the 1st. Somehow able to stretch over the 1st down to get it. They're going to throw that thing just out of the back of the end zone. They're using so much time. I really don't think Miami has enough time anymore to be able to even get anything. 3rd down. Got 2 more attempts at doing something here. Trying to... all day in the pocket. What a find. We need to have more pass rush, though. Just wide open. And he's going to get a touchdown. It's kind of garbage time at this point since it took so long, though. We ended up blocking the extra point, so this is really a worthless game. It's still 11 points as we're going to get the onside, and that is going to end this game as we knock off Miami 31-13. Huge victory for us to not get rattled from the loss to Georgia. Tavares Jones going off with 200 yards, his first 200-yard game of the season. We're back. Ethan Vasco, 21 for 28, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Just the passing game has not been clicking. It's been CJ McCrane, and that's about it in the pass game. But the rushing game, much better in this one. Tavares Jones over 200, like I said earlier, going off. We need to continue to feed him the ball. Bryce Dobson, though, 10 catches, 82 yards. A lot of them on those little pop passes, those little jet touches. Wasn't super successful for us, but we did have a couple nice gains. Defensively, Richard Dubose, 5 TFLs. 5 TFLs for a true freshman. This man is insane. Donovan Westmoreland, after we called him out at the beginning of the game, had 3 TFLs and a sack. 2 picks for Jericho Washington, 1 for Cyril Prewitt, and a pass deflection for Chris Rogers. Richard Dubose is your CUSA Defensive Player of the Week, popping off. He also gets the National Defensive Player of the Week. Looking at recruiting, sad to say though, Marquez Spencer and Marquise Doss, they both locked us out for playing style. Our pass game just has not been good so far this year. We haven't even eclipsed 200 yards, I don't believe, at this point. So we need to really step it up. O-line, though, is not taking a hit. We're doing quite well on these 4 guys. Outside linebacker, we have one of them, Earl Countess. I think we should be able to get him. No one really else is going after him that hard. Corners are looking pretty spicy. I really, really would love to get Seth McCreary. That would be awesome for us as a 5-star corner. We're going to have him come to a week 5 visit. Dom Trapp's coming for a week 4 visit. Has Tulane's trying to fight us a little bit hard here, but we want to win him, especially with his 98 speed. Absolutely want to win this guy before any of those bigger Power 5 schools take him. Free safeties, that 5-star Orlando Tate. He's a gem, and we are still the main guy after him. We have a week 5 visit going on for him. Lee Suggs, we're gaining pretty solid, and we haven't had to put very many points on him. Just no pipelines anywhere else. So we should be able to play it safe with him for a little bit. Jamie Briggs is that other guy we really want, and we don't have to put a lot on him either. Looking at the conference standings, we're sitting at 2-1 on the season, ranked 22nd in the country after beating Miami. No one really played any conference games, so other than that, nothing really matters at this point. But Georgia State is going to be the next game. It's a rivalry game in the end of our Georgia circuit. Can we pull off the win first game at home? We are literally 11 overalls better than this team. So Georgia State, here's the rivalry game. We're in the old golds for this matchup. We're pretty much going to wear the old golds for all of our rival games. We beat them last year by a pretty solid score, and we're looking to do it again this year. As the kickoff is away here in Georgia, as we have a basically sellout crowd. Look at that. I didn't know we did all gold for the fans too. That's dope. I love that. Ethan Vasco, you have to get it together in this one. We got to be better, man. Going to go right to the option. This is how we started a lot of games last season, as it's going to be a nice little pick of a 6. Second down and short. We'll try to go back to the pass game. He has a man, and he misses CJ wide open. Ethan Vasco just having a lot of inaccuracies to start the season. And another one. It's going to bring up a punt when we had 2 open guys and could have moved on in this possession. But instead, we're going to give the ball away to Georgia State. Their first possession now. They're going to go right to the bubble screen. We didn't really have very many guys out there, but luckily only get 4. Second down, we're going to send some pressure, and he just throws it right at. He threw that right at our defense, and we somehow did not get an interception out of it. He's going to run out of the pocket and get so much space and picks up the first. Jaquez, their quarterback, just really doing what he needs to pick up the first. After the incompletion, it's going to be second down. He dumps it off short and a good knockout. Chris Rogers getting there in time to bring up a 3rd and long situation. They're going to try to run with it again, and he slides. A long field goal attempt. There's no way he drills this, right? Wow, he had another like 10, 15 yards on that. Their kicker just absolutely launched one earlier. So we got to remember that as Maffei's going to try to get something at it. We got to stop this cold offensive stretch. We've been starting slow in games, and we don't like that. Is this going to be a fumble? There's no way. I'm definitely challenging Jalen's fumble. That's not a fumble. He definitely has his knee down. So we get the challenge accepted. We will get the first down. He doesn't fumble it. And CJ McCrane just so open in those drags. We got to find a way to just involve CJ McCrane in the offense all the time. He's been really, really reliable for us. We'll try to get back to Bryce Dobson, getting a couple more of these little swings. Brings up a 3rd and manageable. This is normally CJ time, but instead just pressure. Ends up with a punt situation, and we cannot be struggling this hard against Georgia State. We're going to try to send some pressure since they're so close to the goal line, but he gets 5. And they're going to go right back to the run. It is a fake. They almost had us there for a second, but that's a dot to that guy, as they are going to go right back to play action. I knew after a while if we just send a blitz, we'll get him. Donovan Westmoreland getting in on there, and how did Richard not make that tackle? End of the first quarter, though, 3-0. I was not expecting this, as we are just barely doing anything. Gotta do something here defensively. Gonna throw that one deep. It's gonna get intercepted from Christian Ellis. He's gonna get the pick the first time someone's tested him deep this season, and he's gonna come down with it. The 4-star transfer, showing why he is a star on this defense. And Georgia State, I don't know what decision that was to go deep on that post, but I think he underthrew it severely. Gonna try to just go right back to the ground. We got to get some points. Give it to our star as Tavares picks up a huge first. Another run. We'll go right back to it. That's a great play as Tavares has a lot of space that time. Pushes some people over. And we're inside the red zone. We'll go to... Oh, that was a terrible throw from Ethan. His accuracy just so spotty as Tavares Jones puts his foot in the dirt and gets to the 1. We'll try to just hand it off, and just not a great decision. We lose yards. Maybe we'll try a little bit of misdirection this time. We'll run to the outside, and Tavares is going to put us up by 7. 1st and 10 now, as they are now behind. They're going to try to run this thing so wide. Just not working. Run defense has been a lot better against Georgia State as they lose more. They're going to have to go to the pass game. Our rush defense has been pretty solid against them so far. As they're going to try to run with it with the QB, and I have a spy there. As they're going to punt it away and give it back to us, we need to put some points up before the half. Nathan Leacock being pressed out there. I don't like the look, though. We ended up having to just throw it away. Smart decision from Ethan Vasco, as it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 situation. He has him open and underthrows him. Another interception for Ethan Vasco. He just underthrew this open route, too. Can't believe what I'm seeing out there from this early part of the season for Ethan Vasco. This was so severely underthrown. You put that somewhere there or even further in front of where that circle is, that's a touchdown or a massive gain. Gonna bring up now their time as it's a big hit. 2nd down and 8. We cannot allow them to score points here or they're gonna go up before the half. Good pressure from us, forcing the incompletion. On 3rd down, it's gonna be knocked out. Cyril Prewitt making the play that he needs to make. We'll start on offense. We'll go back to our option game as the speed from Tavares Jones is unmatched from most of the other people in the defense. He's going to cut inside and gets to the 30. Huge pickup. He's up over 100 yards on the day. We'll just be safe and drop this thing off to Javin Simpkins. A little pickup here. We'll try to run some of the time off, but not too much. We had him. The sack was massive, or else we would have had CJ McCrane for a touchdown. Instead, we'll have the underneath, and we'll just take the quick play to Bryce Dobson as he gets pushed down. 1st and 10. We have a quick throw to the sideline for Leacock. I want to say that was Nathan Leacock's probably one of his first catches, as that's just a little jet touch, and Jalen Love is going to get in there to put us up 14-3. Huge time for us to make that drive and put points up, as they're going to gash us for a huge gain right away. Oh my gosh, we can't allow them to put up points just that easy. And Milo Fox, he gets the sack, and Milo Fox might have just put an end to their drive, as they were easily able to be in field goal range, as the completion doesn't do anything. And we'll take it to the half, as we're up 14-3. But 1st down, first possession, and they're just going to throw that thing quick. What a juke move from number 5. That was an insane juke move from their receiver. They're just going to try to run out with it, and wow, Cyril Prewitt got absolutely demolished as he's going to get finally drugged down. But they're just outside the red zone, and another neutral zone infraction. We are having some rusty mistakes. Can't believe we've been playing as rusty as we have been so far. Luckily, we've been getting a lot of interceptions, and that's been a huge thing for us. Inside the red zone now. Another run. Richard Dubose, 2 hit 6 in a row. Richard Dubose has just been that guy for us up the middle. is a 3rd and short. We'll try to send a little bit of pressure, and Donovan Westmoreland gets him. Huge sack. They're going for the field goal. He joints it off the upright. It's no good. And we're starting off with it. Just occasionally we get this terrible run. That could be horrible. He had CJ for a second, and it was a terrible overthrow. But that one's a great pass to Nathan Leacock. And he's finally going to have broken one loose for a touchdown. Nathan Leacock is going to get on the board. Richard Dubow's trying to get in on the action again, but they're going to get another run for 3. 2nd and 7. Offense getting a little bit better. They're putting some points up. We just need the defense to continue to match and not let them score. Good hit. Driving just slowly as the run game is chewing at us. Another run on 2nd down. Just using his blockers to perfection. 3rd and inches is actually big for us, as it's going to be a great tackle. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's 21-3. We should be able to pretty much run this thing down. We'll try another possession and see if we can put up some more points as Tavares Jones tries to get to the outside and gets a few. You know, a win in this game would do a great thing for us, making us 3-1 on the early parts of the season. CJ McCrane really cementing himself as one of the better players on this roster, as that's another great way for him to pick up another 1st down. We need to continue to move the ball. Has him open, and Nathan Leacock dropped it. Nathan Leacock has been on such a cold streak too. A lot of our stars from last season have not been on. Wow. Jalen Love tried to stretch for that one, but he just couldn't get there. We will power the 1st down, though, and move on to a 1st and 10. Nothing doing here. We got to try to get a little bit more yards. We don't want people to transfer out, so it's a little sketchy for me to pass on these situations, but that's a good find to CJ McCrane over the middle. Up over 200 yards passing. First time this season that we've been able to do that, and he'll just dump off to Dobson. 2nd down and 3. We're still trying to pass just because we're trying to get a little bit there, but we can't get it. Might just have to go back to the run if we don't get it, but he's going to find an open guy, CJ McCrane. What a find. I can't believe that Ethan Vasco was able to find that guy open on the shallow part of the end zone and hit him for a touchdown, as it's now 28-3. We need one more defensive stop. This game's pretty much out of reach. Tries to throw it deep. It's going to be knocked incomplete. Jericho Washington, not the guy you want to test on a deep route, and Myla Fox getting a sack. Myla Fox has been eating in the early parts of the season as they try to go deep again, and it's incomplete. That receiver's just going to the emergency room after all those shots his quarterback's putting on him. We are moving along as we're going to complete the rest of this game. 35-3. We put the backups in, ended up getting another score out of it, and able to run some clock down as your Owls win the first home game of the season. We get a win against our rivals, and we move on to 3-1 on the season. Ethan Vasco having a little bit better of a game. That completion percentage is not good, though. We literally held them to 153 yards. Absolutely dominating. I didn't realize that our defense had been that clamps. But Ethan Vasco, 15 for 28, gets 4 touchdowns and a pick with 234 yards. Rushing-wise, Tavares Jones getting 153 rushes on 14 attempts. Receiving-wise, CJ McCrane, again, 79 yards on 5 catches, but Nathan Leacock getting that huge bomb, getting himself back on the board, getting his first touchdown. Defensively, not a lot of tackles from anyone individually, but 3 TFLs for Myla Fox, 2 for Dubose, and 2 for Westmoreland. 3 sacks for Myla Fox and 2 for Donovan Westmoreland. That is what we want to see from that duo of outside ends. An interception there from Ellis and a couple pass deflections also. We're going to have an upgrade for our head coach. We're going to go for the defensive line, I believe, in this one. It's probably one of the best overall decisions. Myla Fox ends up being the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. Dominant performance, as he's also the national one. Next matchup, we have Sam Houston State. The Bearcats, we need our revenge in this one. Sam Houston coming back to town against us as they beat us in an overtime matchup 60-65 in year 1, and we have been marking this on the calendar. This is the time for us to get our revenge and score big on the Bearcats. DJ Bailey is their quarterback. He's got okay speed, and his throw power is not the best. We're going to try to put some pressure on him as they're going to run the ball up the middle and get a nice gain of 8. The running game is seemingly what they're going for. Is their QB getting a nice run as he's already past midfield. DJ Bailey already has the Bearcats up at midfield. We need to go in a little bit bigger run sets as they're just going to dump it off quick. How do you hold on to that? Third and medium length as they're going to jump it to the tight end, and it's a great job from Chris. He's barely able to push him out to a 4th down situation, and the field goal's no good. They missed the field goal. We're going to start off with it, and who else than CJ McCrane. 2nd and 6. Hit him with an RPO. That was a great time for the RPO as we gain huge. 1st down situation. We'll hand the ball off to the star, and Tavares Jones in the open field is so deadly. It's a touchdown for Tavares Jones. Who is better in the open field? He only needs a little bit of it, like an inch of daylight, and this man's taking it to the house. The Bearcats need an answer quick, and they're going to run straight up the middle. He breaks a tackle, and he's going down the field. He's all the way down to the 20-yard line, and finally brings him down. I can't believe we actually got him there, but another juke move stiff arms a guy. Dante David is an absolute animal as they're going to run straight up the middle and get a touchdown. 3 plays and they score. Wow, way to lay on the ground, defense. Jeez, we just let them score that like nothing. Our defense has been so streaky so far to start this season as we need to do something here to correct that. Because we're going to be giving up a lot of points to some good offenses if we're still doing the same thing we're doing here. To Nathan Leacock getting a nice little gain. On 1st and 10, we'll run the ball back to Tavares Jones. That's a huge cut move. That guy fell. Breaking some ankles, Tavares Jones. Just try to dump that one off. He gets so much burst of speed on that little curl. After the 1st down run, we'll try to go back to the RPO. Hit Jalen Love to the outside, and he gets a nice pickup. 2nd down, we'll do motion. We'll go back to the jet touch pass. We got some blockers in front of us. And Bryce Dobson gets a juke move, and he's down to the 1. So close to punching it in. We might go back to an RPO. So far, it's been working really well for us. As we'll try to just run the ball. Tavares is going to bounce off the tackle, and he's in. For the touchdown, we go back up in front. Now on the next possession. Oh, my Lord, Richard. End of the 1st quarter, it's 14-7. Tavares Jones and Dante David both going off in this one. Could you imagine if we had fantasy football for college players? Tavares Jones would be winning you every single league game every time. Huge incompletion, though. 3rd down after the long incompletion. They're going to run with it with the QB, and we're there. Just going to have to punt it off. Can we get an opportunity to push this lead ahead a little bit? As Javin's just going to get a few. 1st and 10. Open man. You know who it is. CJ McCrane. 2nd down and 3. Going to run the ball off. And gets the 1st. Great 2nd effort from Tavares Jones on that one to stretch for the 1st. Pressure just getting to us. Offensive line not holding up very well in the early parts of the season as it's incomplete. 3rd and 10. We're just going to dump it off with a safe play and let Tavares work. Tavares is so good at converting those short run and pass completions as he just doesn't get much on that one. Gonna have kind of a deeper option here. Tries to throw it, nothing. Pressure has been so huge for them. It's another sack, knocking us out of field goal range. We're gonna have to punt it away. That is not how we wanted to have that possession. Starting on defense again, we know there's a little screen pass going, and he is gonna lose yards. Excellent job. Defense is learning from previous mistakes as he's going to try to run the ball. They just get back to the original line of scrimmage. And another jump. Don't tell me Donovan Westmoreland. I feel like that's his 3rd or 4th jump penalty in the season. Just a huge lack of awareness there, situational awareness. And how did he drop that? Looking at this replay, he had a complete catch here and just throws it on the ground. Like, it hit him right in the hands right here, and then he just turns and drops it. He must have heard footsteps. So it's going to be a punt. And Javon Simpkins gets another chance as he gets a good run to the outside. What a cut. That was so fast. Just over 2 minutes. We'll go play action. He has a guy to the end zone and he underthrows him and it's a pick. Another underthrow for Ethan Vasco. I can't believe it. He throws another interception. And that one is almost intercepted. He just dropped the for sure pick. Cyril Prewitt had it in his hands, and that's going to be a sack for Donovan Westmoreland. Donovan trying to make up for some of these penalties in the earlier parts of the season as he just barely gets that one off in time. On the next possession after the punt, we'll try to get a little jet touch pass going here. Bryce Dobson getting to the outside, and he picks up 10. 2nd and inches. We just try to do something. 3rd down and short. We wanted to just dump it off quick, but instead we'll just have to hit CJ McCrane on an open drag. CJ is just always open. I'm going to need some sort of nickname for CJ here, as that's a nice little underneath throw to Jalen Love. We are driving now. Going to throw that one. That was sketchy also. The ball placement for Ethan Vasco is not consistently good. That one is, though, a dot to the 1. Try to punch it in. Can't get it, and we'll call another timeout. Gonna have to settle for the field goal. Unlucky, we did try to stretch it, though. But we'll take our 3 points. Getting to halftime, 17-7. Tavares Jones not getting that many attempts here. Our offense has just not been that great so far against the Bearcats. Halftime kickoff underway here, and we have an opportunity to see if we can stretch this lead a little bit here in this midway point of the season. This is a big game against a conference opponent, with them being with 2 wins right now. Just another sack that we have to endure. Gonna pitch it off, but good defensive alignment. Really just kind of bottling us up. We'll have to just hit CJ McCrane quick out the backfield. He picks up the 1st. We got to get this conference win because this could be a matchup in a conference championship later. It's a good scouting game for us to know who we will potentially go against, as Juan Kindred getting a huge play. Sad to see Juan Kindred not getting as much action as we had him in last year with Javon Simpkins. He's just been falling behind in the depth chart a little bit. I'm thinking about moving him to also the fullback position so he can get a little bit more time. But that's a good little pass over the middle to bring us to a close situation for CJ McCrane to punch it in. He gets on the board again. He's so reliable down here in the red zone. Another touchdown, crowning himself the king. 24-7. Starting to pull away from Sam Houston. Sam Houston needs to get some points on this possession. They are fading so quickly that they might be completely put out here. A huge hit. Chris Rogers getting a nice collision. And the draw play, it's going to work to perfection. A huge hit downfield. But I hate when the draw play works for like 15 yards and they get it. It's going to be a Richard Dubose sack. He's so good at knowing when it's a play action. He just runs in there, loops around, and gets the sack. He was not even in a situation where he should be blitzing, but his game IQ is just enough. He knows his ability that he can just shoot in there and get the sack before the QB can even get the pass off. 92 speed for a middle linebacker is such a good speed number that it makes it tough, as they're going to get a huge run to the outside. Stiff arms a man and gets knocked out. A huge gain of like 20. They'll go right back to the run. And I don't know who's wearing number 85 in the backfield. It's an ugly number for a running back. But he's doing work right now. As they're going to throw. That's a dot in between cover 2. Just thread the needle for their QB as they're back on the board quickly. Kickoff away. We are in a decent position here. Up by 10. Should be able to run the rest of the 3rd out. And that was close. Javon Simpkins almost had another return. We'll try to see about running some out here. They just overthrew that by a mile. Wasn't really the most open pass in the world either, though, as we're going to go right back to the option as Tavares Jones with speed to the outside. Knocked out at the 50. We'll go right up the middle. Wow, the D-tackle stopped that one. End of the 3rd quarter, though, 24-14. 2 great running backs going at it, Dante David and Tavares Jones. 2nd down and 9. We'll try to go back to the run. On that play, I mean, our tight end's just always open. Gets a couple yards, makes it a 3rd and short. Not really anything open. That was a risky pass, though, to potentially injure CJ McCrane. That punt is going to be away, and wow, somehow he didn't step out of bounds. But it's fourth quarter. Down by 10. They got to get something here. Good throw. Picking up the first down. And the Bearcats trying to run to the outside, and we're there. Second down and 10. They're going to try to just scramble with it, and he slides down. Going to bring up a 3rd and 6 situation. They just throw it quick, and it's dropped. Jericho, good hit. Forcing the ball loose. Defense playing physical. That is a wide open double move. I can't believe he just got beat by that bad. I don't know who was in coverage, too. It looked like 87. It had to have been Therese Hamilton, though, at 27. Good throw deep. He doesn't overthrow him this time, and it's a touchdown for Nathan Leacock. Huge score as Nathan Leacock gets his 2nd touchdown of the season. And we're just going to run the rest of the clock out. 33-14 is your final score. We get our revenge against the Bearcats. Moving on to another victory. Tavares Jones getting those 14 rushes. Coming up clutch for us, getting over 100 yards on the day. 2 touchdowns. Ethan Vasco, 19 for 26. 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Rushing-wise, like I said, Tavares Jones doing well. One Kindred getting a couple carries. Receiving-wise, C.J. McCrane. He is money for us. Getting 6 catches. Nathan Leacock leading the team in receiving yards with 53. Jalen Love also getting those 4 catches for 41. Defensively, 8 tackles for Chris Rogers. Jericho Washington getting 5 also. Couple TFLs there, 2 for Richard Dubose, getting 1 massive sack too. Interception for Jericho Washington yet again, as you probably would have guessed. And look at that, first commit of the season, Dom Trapp, the 4-star corner gem with 90-something speed. I think he had 98 speed at corner. Absolutely love to see that. Our media poll has us pushing up slowly up to number 17 in the country after that win. Offensive line looking pretty good for recruiting. Getting closer and closer to getting some of these commits here on the squad. We're hoping to get all 4 of them, ideally, if we can. But we're able to start hard selling and everything with half of these guys. We just don't quite have the points to be able to go hard on everybody, or else we'd be locking up people a whole lot faster. We have an outside linebacker. We have coming to a week 7 visit. We just don't quite have enough points to be able to go harder on him, but we're looking pretty good, getting close to the top 3. Cornerback-wise, like I said, Dom Trapp doing fantastic. Got him committed. Seth McCreary, we're super, super close to getting him. We're about to hit the top 3 after that week 5. Kevin Kroger, neck and neck here. Orlando Tate, also coming for that week 5. And he gained a massive amount. We're getting super close to a top 3 on him as well. Lee Suggs, we jumped to first place in him, and we are climbing well. D'Angelo Wakefield, that one sounds a little sketchy. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to get after him. We were only soft selling him, though, so I moved up to a hard sell. We'll see if that helps us a little bit. But it's time to play against Western Kentucky here as the road team. We're going to wear these all whites. I love these all whites. I think they look super clean. But this is a good week 6 matchup. We have won both games we've played against Western Kentucky to this point. Can we complete the 3-0 sweep so far against these guys? Only time will tell. Wow, why do I have a dump truck? Javaris Hayes is going to be the receiver for us to look out for this time. And they're going to start the ball on offense as they're just going right in the line of scrimmage. So on 2nd down, they're going to just drop it off short, and it's going nowhere. 3rd down and long. Throws it. It could be picked, but it's incomplete. Bringing up a punt situation is a great first drive for our defense, because we're going to get a chance on offense. Big question for this game, Ethan Vasco and his accuracy. Is he going to have an on game? Here we go. We're going to start off with a run to Tavares Jones, get him involved in the action early, as he's going to get a nice first down. And then on the next play, we're going to drop back. We're going to have someone just to drop it off short. Incomplete, so we'll go to the jet touch pass, try to see if we can get something, a little nice move from Bryce Dobson, and he's going to fight for the first. Bryce Dobson has been pretty good for us so far this season also. Not really as good as C.J. McCrane, though. He's been the main guy, as that pressure is relentless. Ethan Vasco goes down for a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long. We try to just hit a little screen play, and Tavares just can't find the space. We're going to have to settle for 3. The kick is up, and he nails it. 3-0. First down. They're going to run the ball, and what a job. Therese Hamilton getting that TFL there, and there's another tackle for loss. 3rd and 19 now already. gonna just scramble away and throws it out. After the punt, we'll go right back to our option play, and it's wide open for Tavares Jones. He's got a lot of space. I don't think he's gonna get there. He's knocked out of the 7. We'll go right back to the ground game, breaking a tackle, and back to the line. Ethan Vasco, quick! It's incomplete. What a job from that safety to knock that one incomplete. He hits the lineman. Another accuracy lapse right there, and we're going to miss the field goal. It hits the post. And the accuracy from Vasco is so sketchy sometimes, as that's going to be missed as well. What is happening lately is that one just bounced off the helmet and incomplete. The whole last couple plays have been so weird as they're just going to throw that out. And it's just another punt, so I guess nothing really matters there, as Javin's going to get a chance to do something with it. End of the first quarter, it's a weird one. 3-0. They have -8 rushing and -5 passing. I don't think I've ever had a game where they haven't even had positive yards. But our defense apparently is doing what it needs to do. That could have been a dot, but he overthrew it. 3rd and short. Just pick up the first, and we'll get it to Jalen Love. And we'll try to run the ball on the next one, and not much. Going back to the option play, and yet another flag. I think Javin might take this thing all the way in. We do, just in case it's on the defense. CJ McCrane, that is a rare mistake from him. Getting the holding call, brings it all the way back. Gonna make it a 3rd and long now, as it's been a little tougher. CJ will try to make up for it and gets the first down. Try a little motion. Sometimes that works real well for some of these outside runs. Not much there. This Western Kentucky defense is decently fast enough. Throws, gives an opportunity to McCrane. McCrane just was not able to hold in that one, as we're just going to get knocked incomplete. Try another field goal for Calvillo. Can he hit this one? He does. 6-0 now. So super glad we ended up getting that second field goal, so it's 6-0. We'll see what we can do on defense, as Dubos is going to lay a huge hit. Dubos just has some big hits very regularly, as that's a sketchy pass, and it's picked off for Therese Hamilton. Therese has a blocker in front of him and plenty of speed. He's going to take this thing to the house. Therese Hamilton with a pick 6, getting our first touchdown of the game. We'll try to go for 2 points to make this a 14-point game, and we don't get it. We tried to see if we could get that to a normal score, but it didn't work. And instead, wow, what a job. The running back just churning for yards there, as he's going to, oh, wow, what a hit. Laying some massive shots on this running back, trying our best to get him to not do it. That's going to be incomplete, and it's going to bring up a 4th down punt situation for our boys. The defense has been holding well against this offense. On the next possession, we'll see if we can stretch the field a little bit, not to dump it off. And on the next play, we'll drop back and have a guy over the middle, and it's incomplete. The hits from these defenders are really doing their job right now, as that is a dot to Jalen Love, who's going to spin out, break a tackle, and he's into the red zone. We'll get a little motion. Another jet touch pass. We got a blocker there. Bryce Dobson is going to skirt out to the outside, and we're in for a touchdown. An excellent drive from the Kennesaw State Owls to get down the field and put up some points. Just a minute left here in this half. Going to stretch the field, and it's picked off. A terrible read from the quarterback. He throws it right to Cyrus Dansby. That receiver was double covered. There was no shot that was going to be a complete pass. We'll see if we can get some more points for the half. We'll go back with a play action right away. Hit CJ McCrane and back to the line. Under a minute left. Clock moving, and a sack is massive. We'll call a timeout, try to hit a screen, see if we can get something here, and we won't. So we'll run the clock out and just take it to the half. 19-0. The score at the half. We need to continue to put the pressure on. Defense wins championships, and right now the defense is being a huge factor. Conference play so far going pretty well for us, and we need to try to get back to that conference championship. Don't know who we're going to be playing, though, in the conference championship, as that is an open man. Deep for Leacock, he missed him. The accuracies of Ethan Vasco, again, just it doesn't always work out for us, as that's going to be a run up the middle and a big gain again. Third and short situation, we're thinking short, and he just dumps it off after the huge hit. Somehow holds on to that to pick up the first. Jet Touch has a lot of space. They're starting to finally move down the clock. I think they have positive yards now for the first time. 3rd and inches. Can they pick up the first? They do, and then some. Broken tackle also. Definitely threatening in enemy territory. Can they get some points? They break a tackle to the outside. Breaks 2 more, and he's in for the touchdown. And there goes the shutout. Their running back just wanted it more. Unbelievable. And just like that, the problem is only scoring those field goals a couple possessions makes this a game again, even though we've been dominating so far. On offense, we have to show that we're going to fight. We got to get up some points on this possession. Good little turnaround. Nice throw to Dobson. Dobson's been pretty reliable for us. We'll try to run it. Run game has been pretty spotty in this one, to be honest, against Western Kentucky. We'll be able to hit the nice little screen to Joyner. And on a 3rd and short, this is big. Gets the nice pass off to Leacock, who holds on. We'll keep the chains moving more in enemy territory. Gets a good little zig route out to Jalen Love, who's going to get down inside the 30. Clock ticking down. 4th quarter of play. One more score here would probably end this one. That's a terribly high throw. Just going to go back to the bread and butter. Back to the option play for Tavares Jones. Gets a good pickup and is inside the red zone. We're down inside the 11. Malachi Carney falls back from the defensive line and holds us to a 2nd and long. And it's a touchdown for C.J. McCrane. Open on the corner route. He's so deadly when it comes down to the red zone. We finally have a red zone threat that's not only a running back. Going to kick it off as we have 5.5 minutes. And we are up by 19 points with a chance to move on to 5-1. Defense needs to continue to play well as they're just going to dump it off. This guy has been killing us all day. And by all day, I really mean just since halftime, since we were dominating and didn't have positive yards at the half. But it's 3rd down, and that is just incomplete. Good deflection. Cyril Prewitt doing what he needs to do, and they're going to pick up the 4th down run. Good play call to go for it. They try to just keep doing shallow stuff. I'm fine with them doing shallow passes because, oh, that was a dot, though. If they keep doing shallow stuff, then they're not going to be able to score enough points. Good hit from Cyrus Dansby to force the incompletion. Knocks him out of bounds. Big play coming up here on 3rd down. He's going to be sacked by Fox. A huge sack from Milo Fox. And it's a wide open man. He missed him. I can't believe he threw that incomplete pass, and they're going to lose it as we run the clock out. 26-7. Final score over Western Kentucky. Really kind of not a normal game for us as we didn't score much, but the defense did what they needed to do and then some. Only allowing 147 yards of total offense. Feldkamp had 3 picks and only 85 passing yards in the whole game. Looking at our side of the ball, though, Ethan Vasco 15 for 25, 191, and 2 touchdowns. About an average game for us so far this year, just about around 200 or less. DeForest Jones, first time having under 100 rushing yards in a long time. It's probably been 20-plus games since he's had that little yards. Jalen Love was 64 yards. He was kind of our guy. C.J. McCrane had 33, Bryce Dobson 55. Kind of spread it around a little bit. Nobody really dominated, though. Defensively, just as a team, we did fantastic. Therese Hamilton getting 2 TFLs. Half sack between Ramonte Darty and Milo Fox. 2 interceptions from Cyrus Dansby and a pick from Therese Hamilton. 4 pass deflections from Cyril Prewitt. Greg Hickman is going to commit, the 4-star right guard. Super excited about that one. Add another one to the list. Therese Hamilton gets the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. And Therese Hamilton is also the National Defensive Player. Looking at the media polls, they have us up to number 13 in the country. We're getting closer and closer to a CFP spot. We're going to be changing some more of the settings, I think. The games have been going too quick, and I feel like our stats aren't as realistic as I want them to be. So we're going to increase the quarter length back to 8 minutes. That's what we were in the previous 2 seasons. We do have Excel Clock still on. It was off Season 1 and Season 2. So this should still make the games a little bit faster, just not as insanely fast as they have been with those 7-minute quarters, because there's just been not enough time to spread the ball around and get offensive stats. Next up, we have the UTEP Miners coming back home to Fifth Third Stadium, as we are going to see if we can beat up on the Miners. We've been pretty much dominating them every single time that we play against them in the past, so it's time for another dominant showing. Skylar Locklear, we've played against this guy many times before, but he's got a 14-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So we got to get this guy rattled early, as we're going to try to send a little bit of pressure, but he's quick enough to be able to slide down for a first down pickup. Going to run the ball off, and Richard Dubose making a stop. Richard Dubose has been the guy that I've been so impressed with to start the season. Sarah Prewitt has been really, really nice too. Same with Cyrus Dansby. But I feel like my nod goes for, so far, first half of the season, standout guy on defense, Richard Dubose. You guys have to let me know what you think also for defense. For offense, I feel like it's got to be CJ McCrane. Tavares Jones is always a great player too, but CJ McCrane has really broken out. We got a third down situation. We have to pick it up. We'll hit that guy that I just talked about, CJ McCrane, to pick it up. He's pretty reliable. And wow, that was blocking was bad, and we ran into it. 2nd and 9. We'll hit him with a little pitch play, and Tavares has some speed to the outside. We have a defender to beat. He took a terrible angle, and he's going to walk in for a touchdown. Tavares Jones is going to let loose and gets the first score of the game. It's 7-0. So on the next possession, got to continue to put the pressure on, as they're going to have a little motion. Dubose knows it's probably something around that, and that is just incomplete. High throw. Not the greatest decision there from Skylar Locklear. Threw it into bad coverage, and it's going to bring up another punt situation, as the defense has really been clicking as of the last few weeks. Javen Simpkins doesn't get much. We'll try to go back to the pass play. We need to stretch the ball with throwing. I love to continue to run the ball to Tavares Jones, but right now we need a lot of passing yards, as Bryce Dobson is going to get a lot of room to the outside, and he's knocked down inside the 10. We'll try to fool him here on the next play with a fake jet and run it to Tavares, who gets a free lane for a touchdown. Great play call from the OC, as it fooled them so bad as he was able to walk in for 6. We gotta get some more passing yards, because right now Nathan Leacock is at a very high chance of wanting to transfer. We need to again average 270 passing yards a game, and if you guys remember, we're doing like 160 to 170-ish for each game. So we gotta go all out in this one against an inferior opponent, as they're just gonna have to punt that away. After the punt, we go right back to the ground for Tavares. We gotta get him his love too. He's up over 75 yards here early. Gets another carry. Good job for him to just cut upfield. Massive gain. We've been running the ball a lot, so we'll hit him with a play-action fake. Throws it over the middle. Nathan Leacock's going to hold on. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0. And we're driving. Passing and running yards pretty even to start the game. We'll hit him with a little screen play. And it's a nice pickup to the 5. 1st and goal. Runs it up the middle, and they're going to stop him. We got to see. Can we get some love for Juan Kindred, too? He hasn't had enough love in the early parts of the season. So we'll go with a fake. Throws it to the wide open CJ McCrane, who's going to make the catch and gets another 6 points on the board. Such a reliable threat down here in the red zone. We were really missing having a player like that in the previous seasons. What awareness. Therese Hamilton making a play on that one, and 2 huge shots in a row. The running back's got to be feeling it after that one. It's just a little spot pass, and they'll pick up the 1st, and they're going to run it again. Oh, wow, what a move from 26. Getting back to the line of scrimmage when he really shouldn't have, and that's a big shot. He really threw him right into the lane of Richard Dubose. The Skylar Locklear's just going to run with it, and he's going to pick up the 1st. So they are officially around midfield now. They've passed the halfway point, and they're going to drop it. And that incompletion is real big, especially when you have an open man. You got to take it. But just a solid throw. That's kind of a cross body, though. A little risky, but it does work out for them, and they're going to get the 1st. They are going to try to run the ball again. Nothing doing. getting a couple TFLs here, which is nice, but they've been able to move the ball pretty well. Is it a fumble? So they fall on their own fumble, and they're going to test it deep, and he overthrows them. It was a wide open man. They're going to have to settle for a field goal that they do hit, and they're up on the board with 3 points. So the shutout is gone. Maybe someday we'll get one of those. But for right now, still some pretty good dominance. Oh, we were so close. Javin Simpkins close to getting another kick return. Good catch from Bryce. Out of all the guys on this team, I feel like Bryce Dobson does have the most sure hands there. Good cutback to get the first down to Tavares. He really could have lost a lot of yards there, but instead he was able to hit the cutback just in time. That is a severe underthrow. Trying to get the ball over to Nathan Leacock, just couldn't do it. Good cutback for Tavares Jones. 3rd and 5 situation. We need a quick play. Open man on the drag as Bryce Dobson, and he gets the first. Under 2 minutes in the quarter. Quick throw to CJ McCrane. Tries to get a little juke move, and he's to the 20. We are threatening very quickly. Gonna just dump it off to Tavares Jones, and he's gonna pick up 5. Sometimes the safe play is the move. Just get the yards that you can. He's going to throw that on a dime. He threw it on a lined alley joiner. We knew he was going to hit that move right at the last second, and he was able to just thread the needle where only his receiver could get it. There's no way he thread the needle like that. What a throw. Ethan Vasco, with all his inaccuracies, was able to throw a dot on that last play. They have about a minute left for the Miners to drive down the field and put up any points. Just can't do it yet, as the defense has been pretty clamping. That is a good throw. He goes out of bounds, though, so only gets a few yards out of it. The pressure is there. Milo Fox shoves him down. Milo Fox getting yet another sack. They throw that one into coverage, is knocked down. Jericho Washington really starting to be a shut-down corner out there. We have a chance now to put up some points before the half. Getting a nice completion underneath, just taking the solid place. That's a deep throw, and it's a dot. He holds on. Bryce Dobson. How is that even possible? That has got to be one of the greatest throws, other than that last touchdown that Ethan threw, of Ethan Vasco's career. Back shoulder. That's such a money throw from Ethan Vasco to set us up in this situation. Another great find for Jalen Love. Ethan Vasco is absolutely feeling it right now. Gets a little play fake and throws it. It's incomplete. Just drops it. He didn't get as open as he wanted to. And Juan Kindred, the power back, gets the run into the end zone. And we go up 35-3 at the half. Tavares Jones averaging 11 a carry. We'll get the ball also to start the half. I mean, we score again here. This game's effectively done already. Got to continue to put the pressure on our boys. Open man! Nathan Leacock has him beat, and there's no one stopping him. All the way for the touchdown, Nathan Leacock. Another deep bomb for him. Not as dominant so far for Nathan Leacock, but he has been, effective when he gets the ball in those deep routes. Defensively, just dominating right now. Another huge hit. Richard Dubose over the middle. Really a force to be reckoned with, as they're just under pressure, have to throw it out. Punt situation. Another punt. I mean, if we score, this one's over. I mean, it's already pretty much over at this point. It's so early into the second half. But I think Nathan beat him again. We're going to throw that one deep, and it's caught again for a touchdown. And send in the mercy roll. This one is over. The Owls are running away with it. 66-3. Final score. Complete dominance on both sides of the ball in this one. An inferior opponent coming into our house, and Ethan Vasco, 440, 80% completion percentage and 5 touchdowns. An absolute legendary game. I mean, we only allowed 170 total yards of offense. That's insane. Ethan Vasco really broke out. We need him to continue this trend because he went off today. Tavares Jones even going off for 17 rushes for 171 yards and 3 touchdowns on them. Juan Kindred getting in with a touchdown also. Definitely have to use him more often. Nathan Leacock and Bryce Dobson, both over 160 yards. Nathan Leacock had 3 touchdowns on 5 catches. Defensively, loads of tackles. Richard Dubose all over everybody. Chris Rogers, also an underrated guy. Therese Hamilton getting some TFLs. 2 sacks for Donovan Westmoreland, who's really turned it on. Jericho Washington and Chris Rogers getting an interception. I mean, the whole defense really lit it up. Tons of pass deflections. And Earl Countess, he was coming for a visit, and he loves it. So he's joining the squad. Nathan Leacock getting the CUSA Offensive Player of the Week. So 3 commits already. Greg Hickman, Dom Trapp, and Earl Countess. Just to update you guys, those are the 3 we have so far committed. Looking at these 2 that are still locked us out, we're getting better. We were an F. Now we're up to a C- in playing style. No one else is really going after either of these guys. So I'm going to keep them on the board. If we continue to air it out and we find a way to squeak into a B- playing style, we might still be able to get those 2 4-star receivers. It's kind of tough to have a playing style deal breaker, though. Orlando Tate, very, very close to committing. I hope we get him. There's no more visits anytime soon, so we should be safe, but we're not gaining very many points at all, to be honest. So it's going to be a tight race. Seth McCreary is also going to be very down to the wire here with Week 9 coming up very soon for Ohio State. If we get to Week 9, Ohio State's going to win them. It's just going to be a matter of time. Can we get there in time? Lee Suggs we're doing real well in. Liberty's trying to reach for him. Once I get these guys off the board, Orlando and McCreary, I'll be able to add so many more hours. I'm just going to max out Lee Suggs because I definitely want him on the squad. Any 5-star is A-okay with us, so I'm going to be maxing out his points soon. Chris Humphreys, our offensive tackle, very close to the commit stage. Already had the Week 7 visit for Liberty, so we should be okay on that one for a bit. George Fenix should commit immediately next week, with Week 8 being his visit. Jaquez Funches, also Week 8 being his visit, should get another offensive lineman. D'Angelo Wakefield, it's going to be so close. I don't think we're going to get him, but we only had 55 points on him last week, so I'm going to send the full 65 since Miami passed us. And hope for the best on that last week. It's not a visit for them, so it's going to be close. Jamie Briggs, we're getting closer and closer to entering the top 3 with him. I'll be able to add way more points on them in the next week once we pretty much reshuffle all of our points. Same here with Kevin Kroger. We're able to just put a little bit of points on him. Stadium atmosphere going up to a D now as we're on a 10-game home win streak, 68% winning percentage, and the fans are starting to pile in. Look at that, 5,200 average attendance. Looking at the stats halfway through the season, Ethan Vasco at almost 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. I really thought he had more interceptions than only 3. 1,000 yards rushing for Tavares on 101 carries. Javon Simpkins not getting a lot of rushing attempts, but like I said, we're increasing the length of the game, so we should be able to get a little bit more now. Juan Kinder definitely needs to be used more often. I mean, he's not upset yet with his playing time deal breaker, which is lucky, but he really has not been used as much as we want to, so I think I'm going to move him to the fullback position so he gets a little bit more playing time. He's just such a good power back down in the red zone, but our main problem has been trying to get passing yards so we don't get anybody to leave. CJ McCrane taking the league by storm with 430 receiving yards. Bryce Dobson also being clutch there with 417. Nathan Leacock really turned it on last week, getting most of his season total in that last game, up to 354 yards and 5 touchdowns. Looking at the sacks that we've allowed, only about 6 sacks registered on there, which is not that bad for in 6 games. Defensively, Chris Rogers leading the team in tackles. Richard Dubose also doing pretty good there at second place. TFL's Richard Dubose at 11, and Donovan Westmoreland with 12. Sacks, Donovan Westmoreland 5.5. Mylov Fox with 4, and Richard Dubose with 2. A couple interceptions. Jericho Washington, 5 interceptions in 6 games. This man is on a tear like no other. I don't know how much of a dominant streak this is, but that's insane. That's 19 interceptions going back to last season, like in the last year and a half, which is insane. Loads of deflections. Cyril Prewitt, does he have 8? Yeah, he has 8 pass deflections in 6 games. That's also ridiculous for that freshman corner. Looking at the media poll, we're up to number 11 in the country, heading closer and closer to our first top 10 ranking ever. Looking at the conference standings, 6-1, our record, 3-0 in conference play, tied with Middle Tennessee State. We have them coming up on the schedule a little bit later in the season. Liberty also there at 3rd place at 2-1 in conference play. They're another team that you gotta look out for. I mean, they don't have Caden Salter anymore, so that should help out significantly for us as far as a matchup playing against them, since it looks like they're 3-3 now. They're significantly worse without him. Our points for, we are the number 1 pass offense. We're the number 1 scoring offense in the entire league, and we're the #1 defense in the entire league. Our team has been balling this season. Looking at the upcoming schedule here for us, we have Liberty in the next game. Couple recruits coming to that game. It's going to be a very, very big, important game for us. We get this win, we should have most of our class kind of locked up here. Go for a bye week, then we play against another rival game with Jacksonville State. Louisiana Tech's next, then Middle Tennessee State, which is kind of a preview of what maybe could be our conference championship game. And then lastly, we got New Mexico State down here at the bottom for the last game of the season. And we'll see where it ends for conference championship and for a bowl game. But I'm hoping we go to the college football playoff, because it seems like the rest of the schedule, we should have a decent amount of wins. But guys, that's going to end it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the new format. We're going to be moving to the second half of the next season next week. Super excited for it. It's going to be awesome down the stretch. We'll see if we make a bowl game, how it goes, if we make the college football playoffs. How does the offense, how's the defense do? We'll find out. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos.